cleanliness and neatness. Most young people realize that their success depends a great deal on good grooming habits. New styles of hair and clothing come and go, but did you know that a pleasant appearance is never out of fashion? This is Todd. Todd has found a good balance between a clean-cut appearance and a fashionable hairstyle. Others, however, abandon all common sense in favor of the latest trend. Consider this fellow. We'll call him Steve. Steve wants to look like a rebel and an outsider. Unfortunately, Steve's unkempt look has prevented him from finding a date for the upcoming winter formal. Why has Steve chosen this unpleasant appearance for himself? Perhaps the answer lies at the local newsstand, where Steve buys magazines that feature stories and photos of rock and roll performers. Steve thinks rock music is cool and has adopted the antisocial appearance of his favorite musicians. They're rebels, all right, but how will their long hair and rebellious attitudes serve them later in life? Steve is already feeling the effects brought on by his decision to look different. While the other boys are busy making dates for the big dance,
Oh, it sounds neat.
Steve is alone. Steve's friends don't want to be seen with him in public. His long, unruly hairstyle draws too much negative attention. For instance, the man down the street who is offended by Steve's appearance and thinks he may be a communist. And what about these two tough-looking hodads? They notice Steve's untidy appearance right away and decide to follow him. They ask themselves, what makes this fellow think he's so special? Perhaps he's a foreigner, or a homosexual. These hooligans see Steve's appearance as an open invitation to tease and harass him. Negative attention is only one consequence Steve must face. Being ignored is another. There's Mrs. Hanson. Mrs. Hanson has known Steve since he was a youngster, but recently Mrs. Hanson decided that she would have nothing to do with him until he made himself more presentable. Steve, alone and in need of friendly conversation, tries desperately to get her attention, but Mrs. Hanson ignores him and continues on her way. Looking different hasn't paid off for Steve. He's finally realized that a well-groomed appearance is the way to go, and the first stop on the road to neatness is a trip to the barber. And look at Steve now. A neat trim haircut, pleasant smile, and clothes suitable to wear to, that's right, the winter formal. And who was Steve's date for the dance? Why, the prettiest girl in school. How do you want others to see you? As a rebel, or as a person everyone wants to be friends with? Steve made the right decision. Will you?